Obamacare, along with Trump derangement syndrome, was front and center of the shutdown. The shutdown hopefully will be ending in the next few days. When Obamacare was passed in 2010, there was an op-ed piece by a guy named Dan Henninger with the Wall Street Journal. He's still there. And he called it the worst piece of legislation ever. He wrote this on April 1st, 2010. Let me just read you part of what he said, because everything he said has borne out. Quote, epic new spending and taxes, pricier insurance, ration care, dishonest taxing, subsidies for the uninsured, penalties for the insured. Yes, this bill has it all. And that's before a single new bureaucrat is hired or a new doctor is hired or fired. In the 2,500 pages of this legislative monstrosity is the end of freedom in America as anyone has ever known it. The Obama health care bill is the worst piece of legislation ever to come out of Congress, bar none. Henninger also wrote this. He's the editor of the Wall Street Journal editorial page, the head of it. He said, the Wall Street Journal editorial page has been respectfully critical of President Obama for months. Respectfully critical. No more. From here on out, he writes, it's war. Last Sunday night, the Democrat majority in the House took the Republic over the cliff. They passed a health care bill that amounts to the greatest single usurpation of federal power since the income tax was instituted in 1913. This isn't about health care. Health care is the excuse. It's about government taking your money and calling it reform. The bill is a fiscal, ethical, and political monstrosity. In one night, the Democrats have opened a new era of unlimited government. The Democratic Party has achieved what the Socialist Party of Europe only dream about: socialized medicine in one country overnight. The bill's 2,500 pages are a Rube Goldberg contraption of mandates. For those of you under 100, Rube Goldberg was a cartoonist. He used to do cartoons of contraptions that were very complicated, awkward, to perform very simple tasks. Rube Goldberg became an expression for things that are overly complicated. The bill's 2,500 pages are a Rube Goldberg contraption of mandates, taxes, subsidies, penalties, and new bureaucracies. Once enacted, no future Congress will ever be able to unwind it. The American people will be locked into this system forever. He continued writing, this is what happens when one party controls everything and decides the normal rules don't apply. Think about that when you hear all the talk about how Donald Trump has trashed norms. What do you think happened with Obamacare? He continues, Nancy Pelosi said we'd have to pass the bill to find out what's in it. Now we know. The end of limited government. Barack Obama promised to fundamentally transform the United States of America. Sunday night, he did. Republicans must now make one promise and keep it. Repeal this bill. Every Republican candidate in 2010, 2012, and beyond must run on total repeal, nothing less. Welcome to the new era of big government. It is here to stay unless the American people rise up in November and throw these people out. End of quote. Now, I said the same thing the night it got passed. I said it's nothing more than one giant step toward what they really want, which is single payer. Now, a whole bunch of people now have, quote, health insurance who didn't have it before. And Lord have mercy on anybody who tries to, quote, take it away from them. Doesn't matter how expensive it is. Doesn't matter how efficient it is. Doesn't matter whether or not it's improving health outcomes. It doesn't matter. And what will happen is more and more people will get used to it. There will be a constituency. They'll have votes. And they will punish anybody down the road who dares says we should unwind this. And that's exactly where we are right now. We have gone from Republicans demanding the repeal of Obamacare, to saying that we're going to make it a little more efficient, to now saying we're going to preserve it and make it better. That's where we are right now. When's the last time you heard a Republican senator or House member say we should repeal Obamacare, let alone repeal Obamacare and turn health care over to the free market, the way we turned flat screen TVs to the free market, the way we've turned cell phones to the free market, poultry to the free market. Competition makes everything better. Cheaper, better quality, greater innovation, greater accessibility. And that applies to healthcare like it does anything else. But that's not what the left believes. They believe, quote, healthcare is a right, close quote, and that somehow, some way, by having a government scheme to produce the outcomes they want, it'll be better, more efficient, and more fair to the American people. It is just the opposite. And that's the problem. And the Democrats have vowed to make this a campaign issue for the midterms, and they're going to be successful. Because you do anything at all to, quote, make people's healthcare outcomes worse, doesn't matter whether or not majority of people are benefiting, taxpayers benefit. If there is an individual to complain about his or her health care not being there, the media will run with that. Because as Reagan said in the 60s before Medicare, what they're going to do first is offer health insurance for elderly people, because after all, who can complain about elderly people? We all love elderly people. Then they'll do it for children, because after all, we all love children. And then eventually they'll do it for everybody else. And that's exactly what's happened. It's done in fits and starts, but that is exactly where we were going. Single-payer health care. Not competition. Never mind one of the fathers of the Canadian healthcare system out of Quebec later on said it wasn't working. We need more competition. We need to have more private insurance. Never mind the experience on the BBC or the British health system, whatever they call it. It is always, always, always part of every election. Healthcare, always. Why? Because government is intricately involved. 888-971-SAGE. I am Larry Elder. Do not leave town.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.